Hey Sagittarius, how's it going? My name's Alex, and I think the Oracle and I might have some valuable insight for you today. Before I turned the camera on, I did a little meditation to try and gain some insights about you, some things, whatever the Oracle wants you to focus on. Sometimes it comes as a little vivid image, other times it comes as some just words, a symbol or something. And after that, I got you an itching hexagram. And then we'll carry on the reading with my own divination system and some cards. But the first thing I got during my meditation was I felt wind blowing like through my skull. And then it kind of zoomed out and it wasn't my skull anymore, but there was a skull sitting in a gray, rocky place. And it was very dry there. And the wind was blowing through the skull. I don't know, it was very vivid. After that faded, after a few minutes, I heard two people say this, one male and one female. They just said, "You aren't the one. It's not about you. Stop worrying." And it was very simple. And then I felt like someone was picking up my hand and was like, "Write that down now." Like, hurry up, get that on paper. So that seems important for someone. Stop worrying about something. And those were oh no, there was a third thing. Oh, this one was interesting. There was a big statue, a big golden statue of a person that looked a lot like the Oscars awards, except he was in like a T pose, his arms out, and it was very, very big, and there were these like flaming wings coming out from behind this big golden statue, and then there were these arrows being flung at it, shot at it, and the arrows were just bouncing off. Like just completely impervious to these little arrows just bouncing off of it. And that's interesting because Sagittarius, you are the archer. So I wonder if that was you shooting at this big statue. I got this sense of like, maybe someone's trying to take on something that they don't need to, or maybe you're trying to destroy idols for the benefit of other people. You're trying to like maybe snap people out of their delusions or something. It looked so much like an Oscar, except in a T pose, this big statue. And Oscars are handed out. It's like forgive my French, but it's like a circle jerk in Hollywood. They're not important. It's a lot of just ego stroking and stuff like that. And it's a type of idolatry. Celebrities, caring about celebrities and movie stars and stuff like that. It is, I'm not trying to sound extremely religious or anything, but it is undeniably a form of idolatry. And there are many forms of idolatry. Loving money and all sorts of things that you can put above God or put above your own spiritual well-being, put above your friends and family, put above things that are truly important. And you might notice this. In Sagittarius, you're very good at noticing people's delusions. And when people are putting falsehoods before the truth, you have a very keen philosophical sense for that sort of thing. And this can lead to the temptation of trying to like solve people's problems for them or snap them out of their delusions, Like, I know Sagittarius sometimes likes to pour ice water on someone who's asleep and just tell them to wake up and snap out of it. But sometimes it's not really up to you. You can't always wake people up. They have to wake up when it's their time. And just this shooting arrows at this impervious giant golden statue made me think like you might be trying to do something that's not worth your time, possibly. Now, the itching hexagram that I got down here. It's 42, symbol 42. Increasing, or year. And we got a changing line, the third line. So increasing, number 42, changes to household, hexagram number 37. Now, hexagram 42, it means like profit and benefit and gain, increasing. The two trigrams that make up this hexagram are wind on top and thunder below. And when wind and thunder work together like that, it's this big increase in energy, you know? And it's like a moving forward of just a huge increase. Now, the commentary on the sign is like a superior person knows when to follow the good as quickly as the wind, and when to correct their faults as soon as they see them. And that's always important in life in general, but it's particularly important when you're benefiting, when your wealth is increasing, whether it's your spiritual wealth, your spiritual wisdom is increasing, or your financial wealth is increasing. When you're in a state of increase, it's good to find your faults, because with increased wealth and increased power, there are parts of you that become magnified. You have greater capability to act, to do. And if you have faults, those will also be magnified in some way, sometimes, especially in the realm of material increase. It's very easy. You know, people say money doesn't corrupt a person, it simply reveals who they truly are. I'm not sure how much I agree with that statement. I'm sure it's true in many cases. But the idea is sound, is that while you're in a state of increase, things can get magnified, so you have to quickly find your faults and, as firmly as thunder, correct them. So follow the good as quickly as the wind, and correct your faults as firmly as thunder. And the two trigrams represent the ability to take from what is above to increase what is below. Now, if you look at the trigram, my sloppy trigram, there are two solid lines and one broken line in the top, and two broken lines and one solid line in the bottom. Now, if this bottom line here was broken, and if this line here was solid, you would have the gua of heaven above and earth below. But those two lines are switched, which means you can take from heaven to increase what is on earth. And that's what's happening. This is like the proper type of increase. Heaven bestows and earth accepts. And this is the correct natural way of existence. This is, you know, man follows the ways of earth, earth follows the ways of heaven, heaven follows the ways of Tao, and Tao follows its own ways. And then in reverse, from the Tao to man. And we take from what is above to increase that which is below, and this is correct. You're not at fault for doing this. Now, with the changing line going to household, moving from this increasing to the hexagram of household, this shows that there is some sort of hardship that you're dealing with. Just the natural hardships of life. You're not at fault for this hardship, it's just the things that occur in our lives. And you're dealing with it properly, and you're on the central path, and you have the knowledge to deal with this issue, with these unfortunate events. And these hardships eliminate your incompetence. I know it's a harsh reality, but a lot of the times we go through life and we don't understand, like, why are all my business ventures failing? Why am I being rejected by all these people? What is happening right now? This doesn't make any sense. And we're put through hardships oftentimes to put us into a state of suffering and uncertainty, and it sharpens our minds. It forces us to toil with our bodies and our minds, and it puts us through the ringer, and it improves us. It eliminates our incompetence in many areas of life. It forces us to reflect on what we really want. It forces us to develop new skills, and so on and so forth. So this happens to us when we are being prepared to do something important with our lives, or to be able to help someone or something. And you're in a unique position to help someone. And if you do, your reputation will increase accordingly. So whatever hardships you're feeling or going through, you're going through them correctly. Take heart. Stop worrying. You're not the one, it's not about you, right? So you're going through something and you're doing it well. So you just need to recenter yourself, find your faults, follow the good, and you're not at fault. You just got to get through it, and you're in a unique position to help someone. I don't know who, but anyway, that was the I Ching. And now I'll pull some cards, but using my own divination system. Here we have this cool little board I built. I burned some symbols into it. Essentially what this is 24 archetypes that I developed, 24 aspects of reality, of life, or what have you. I'm going to spin a coin. It's going to point at one of these 24 aspects, and that will be what the Oracle wants us to focus on in your life. That will be the aspect of your life that we will focus on for this reading. And I'll pull some cards around it, and we'll see what's going on and what you're going through. Oh, coin landed upside down. Let's try that one more time. Come on, Oracle. What does Sag need to know? Oh, okay. It landed on the symbol for the Archangel Oriphiel, or for the planet Saturn. That's interesting. I have a strong affinity for Oriphiel and the planet Saturn. Okay. We'll pull a tarot card first. Now, Oriphiel is the planetary spirit for Saturn. Some people call him Phanuel, others call him Cassiel. I think he's got a bunch of other names. Zachariel, maybe. Kronos, if you're Greek. Although there's no real mythological equivalency between the Archangel Oriphiel and the Greek god Kronos, but he protects the wilderness. He likes things that are untouched by civilization. He's also the hope of people seeking spiritual salvation. He's of course represented by the scythe, the upside down scythe that cuts down the wheat and prepares the harvest. He's not as scary as he seems. Saturn gets a bad rap. He's known as the Great Malefic, right? Oh gosh, everybody gets so afraid of Saturn. He restricts us. He puts up borders and boundaries. He's mean old Saturn. But think about it. Without borders, there's no growth, there's no action, there's nothing. Just think about your body. Your skin. Your skin is Saturn. Your skin holds all of your organs in, it holds all of your blood in. Come on, imagine without having any skin, you'd fall apart into a lump of goo. You need Saturn. You absolutely need him. And Saturn is also the one who expands the borders when he knows that you're ready. He controls the borders and boundaries and expands them as well as contracts them. He's the tough love. Daddy put you in the playpen and you don't want to be in the playpen. I get it, but the playpen's good for you. There's electrical outlets and hot stoves in the rest of the house. You got to know how to use them first. So, anyway, this is the aspect. Oriphiel. What does Sagittarius need to know about Oriphiel? Huh, look at that. Ten of Cups. I like these cards. So the Ten of Cups, that's Pisces energy. Don't know if you got any strong Pisces in your chart. If you know any Pisces, you do now. Well, this is the goal of increase, right? This is the result of increasing. Hexagram 42. You want to end up as a Ten of Cups. That's why we increase, to find that Ten of Cups. This is also a Martian card, which is the other malefic, you know, Saturn and Mars. You know, the Ten of Cups almost just speaks for itself. You're walking essentially and correctly, but why is it with Orifio? That's what I want to know. Preparing the harvest. So the increase, in order to increase, you have to do some work first. You know, maybe you got to do the harvest. You got to do that last bit of legwork. You can't become complacent yet. The harvest isn't going to collect itself. If you want that increase, if you want that Ten of Cups, there is something that you have to do. Put the finishing touches on. You know, sprint that last 50 meters. You know, you got to get through it. What about this? Is this the one? Cumulus. Isn't that funny? Accumulation. Now there is an appropriate card. This is basically the Ten of Pentacles, similar to that. Well, no, this is its own deck. This is like a cornucopia. You've got some grapes, you've got some date fruit, you've got corn, you've got these little, what are those, opium flowers? Some weird flowers. But yeah, there's a harvest coming in for you, Sagittarius. You have some serious abundance in your near future. You just need to make sure you stay on the central path, stay upright, do that last bit of legwork. I don't know, this doesn't really clarify, this just confirms. Alright, I'm going to pull a token for you. Carved 64 of these guys to go with my divination system. One last thing for Sagittarius to think about. Come on, Oracle. What does Sagittarius need to know? It's this one. The Companion. I made this one based on The Lord of the Rings. If you can see, it's Mount Moria, Frodo and Sam. This token is dedicated to Sam, all the companions. You know, there's some people say Sam was the real hero of that adventure. He carried Frodo literally at times, and Frodo failed both his internal journey and his external journey. He failed the temptation, he put the ring on his finger, and he failed against Gollum. Gollum bit the ring off of his finger. And then, if it wasn't for Sam, the ring would not have been destroyed. So you are in a unique position to help someone. That's what the I Ching said. Oh, and the wind blowing through the skull in that dry, rocky place. Oh, that gray, dark place. I really got a Mordor vibe from that. This is coming together. And you aren't the one. You're not Frodo. You're Sam. It's not about you. It's about Frodo. But you are in a unique position. Something relies on you. And if you follow through with helping this person or this situation, that's that last bit of legwork you need to do to reap the harvest, to have your victory, to have that increase. Oh, you're close. And I know it's difficult. And you want to wake people up, you want to cure people of their delusions, but you might not be able to. You might just have to knuckle down and help in a different way. Not in a philosophical way that I know, Sagittarius, you love talking your way through things and thinking your way through things and philosophizing and convincing people of your views. And a lot of the time you are correct in your views because you have a very penetrating mind. But sometimes you just gotta pick up a friend and carry him over the finish line. And you're not gonna talk him out of anything he's doing, but you can be there and help him anyway. Just think of Sam. Sam was the real hero of that story. And I feel like you're Sam. You're Samwise Gamgee, Sagittarius. So I think you can do it. Everything here indicates that you have the strength, you're walking the central path, you're getting through it, you're upright. You know when to receive from heaven to increase your personal skills. This is a good one. I think you're going places, Sag. Well, I think that's all I've got. I think that's all that the Oracle and I have for you today. So thanks for stopping by. It was lovely to see you, and I hope to see you again soon. See you next time.